Hello, welcome to Tribble Crafts. Today we are going to make little scarves in the traditional TOS color schemes for your tribbles while you're waiting for them to arrive. We're going to be starting with some very basic knitting techniques. First we'll be learning to cast on. We are going to be using 5.5 millimeter knitting needles and our basic yarn. It is a size 4 medium. Take a slip knot, go around so you have a loop, and then just pull a little bit through and then tighten up so you have a nice little slip knot. Insert your needle, pull it snug, separate your two with your index finger and your thumb, holding the extra down below with your pinky. Go around the outer thumb, hook a little bit from your index finger and go back through the hole made, and then pull it tight. Repeat, and continue to go and pull snug each time. I want my scarf to be about 2 inches wide, so I went for about 15 stitches in total for my first row. We're going to start by taking up our second needle, and we're going to be doing our first knit. So you want to take your needle, insert it into the first loop behind your left needle, take the yarn that's coming from the ball, loop it around the front of the needle, your right needle that you inserted, and then pull it back under the left, and then pull it off of the left needle. Do that a few more times. Each time you want to make sure you're pulling snug but not too tight. You want your needle to be able to freely move in and out. The last stitch. All right, and we've moved our scarf from one needle to the next, and we're ready to turn around and do it again. Once you get to a distance that you're happy with in terms of your black trim, we will start changing colors. To add a new color, you want to take the end of your new one and knot it on to your original color. Slide it right up to where that original color came out. Make sure it's good and knotted in there. And then when you start knitting, instead of taking the black, you'll just grab the yellow and start from there. And you've swapped over colors. I like to keep the black attached for a little bit. As the next row goes up, I'll tie it off there to make sure it has a really solid connection. If you wanted to do stripes and alternate back and forth, you don't have to cut it each time. You can just run it up the side and switch back and forth every time you get back to the row if you desire. All right, that's starting your second color, the first row on that color. The last technique that we're going to learn today is casting off. To start that process, make a stitch like you normally would. Make a second stitch as you normally would. And then here you're going to take your first stitch and pull it over and off of the needle of your second stitch. So you're left with one on your needle. Then make another third stitch, and then your second stitch, pull it over the third, and then again you're left with one on your needle. Keep doing that until the end of the row. When you have the last two stitches, again, pull over second to last over the last stitch. Now you'll have one stitch left on your needle. From here, snip your yarn, and then you're going to make yourself a little bit more of a loop by pulling some of it through. You can remove your needle, take the end of the yarn, go through your loop, and then pull nice and snug. Then snip off the extra, and there you go. Perfect.